In my opinion, I can't prove it, these are mind control victims, MK Ultra mind control victims, and the whole thing is designed to destroy the Second Amendment, to take our guns away from us.
And I said to myself, what's this all about? I don't know anything about Satanism. I read about it in the Bible, of course, and that's about it.
The sacrificial ritual, a deep incision beginning at the sternum area of the chest, is made with a long blade sacrificial dagger.
So, of course, this was obviously a satanic ceremony.
Most important thing is that we have a mission to save our own souls and save the souls of all of us around us. So,
Establishes there is a conspiracy and infiltration into the lower levels of the government all the way to the White House.
Other parts of the victims are worn as charms, or saved to be used in spell casting.
The final goal was to take over the world, the one world government.
Where the immortal who serves the head of another immortal gathers and takes in that immortal's life force, energizing him, much like in the series of The Highlander.
So in checking into the Jack Kennedy assassination, I learned, no question about it, that it was a joint hit by the CIA and the Chicago mobs.
This evil element has infiltrated virtually every level of society.
I finally figured out when my blood pressure, they were giving me some kind of a gas that raised my blood pressure, and I tell this publicly because they're probably going to do it to a lot of us.
And I say that there's close to 4 million, if not 4 million, practicing Satanists in America today. That's 1.5% of the population.
The cut is then brought downward to the belly button, and a vertical incision is made across the abdomen, intersecting the first cut, forming an upside-down cross.
Because I met with Osama bin Laden in the spring of 1986.
By the way, this dovetails, the satanic cult movement dovetails into, as part of the Illuminati, dovetails into drugs, prostitution, homosexuality, the whole 9 yards.
Turn your old car in for cash, okay? Because they don't have the computer in the old cars. They want everybody to buy a new car so that they keep track of us.
McVeigh was mind control. No question about it. The children are disappearing in this country at the rate of 83 per hour. That's over 700,000 children a year.
The World Trade Center 93, and that 911 is actually a ploy in order to take away many of our constitutional rights and civil liberties.
In some cases, some of the internal organs and parts of the victim's body are consumed by the group, as it is believed that immersed sexual powers, strength, and psychic powers can be ordained through this process.
It's been planned 2 centuries.
In the desert in Area 51.
But the bottom line is another step toward taking over the United States and taking over the world. The Illuminati plan, the golden plan.
Well, we're talking about a police state.
There's thousands of Americans out there. By the way, I've been shot with a laser beam twice. There's been attempts to gas me.
I have been told by a source that's reliable, a source that's involved in the intelligence community, that there is extensive city underground in the Las Vegas, Nevada area.
It is a conspiracy.
This was obviously a satanic ceremony.
We all need to leave the country to save our lives. We're getting ready for martial law. Everything's pointing to martial law.
That is iced tea from last night. That's what I spilled in my lecture. Okay.
Chanting, candles, coming out with a movie. People think it's fiction, it's not true, and yet 5, 10, 8, 15 years later, whatever it might be, it comes to pass. And so it makes me think, hey, do you think people in Hollywood know what's going on ahead of time? Well, I think we do, most of us here. He was mind control, no question about it, in my opinion. I can't prove it, but he was.
A former son of darkness, now a child of the true light, Jesus Christ.
This is all on the internet, by the way.